was 12 in the night and Ryan was scrolling her phone. Just like normal girl, her DMs were not filled with birthday wishes or any surprise, but she didn't mind. Her whole life was like that, yet she had some expectations from her husband. Will he wish her, or did he even know today was her birthday? These types of questions were roaming in her head. He was never fond of her and cleared it on the very first night of the wedding. I did this marriage only because of my mother, so don't expect anything from me. I will definitely respect you, care for you as a husband, but nothing more than that. That night her heart was broken by his cold and warningful voice. My heart only belongs to my love and you are nothing but her replacement. With those words, he killed her growing hopes of getting love from her husband at least. Growing up in a loving family to transferring orphanage, she finally died to a man who didn't want her. She craved for love her whole life and was still searching for it. She wiped her tears immediately. The door opened and tired Taeyang entered the bedroom. He was coming from his Spain business trip right away and was not surprised to see Ryan on the couch. Why are you still up? I was waiting for you. You shouldn't have to. He knew she fulfilled her wife's duty, but he never lashed out on her either. He kept his promise not to insult her, be aware about her essentials, but didn't treat her like an actual wife either. He can't give her love, or was he controlling over his feelings? She gave him a glass of water as she sat on the bed edge, and with a thankful smile, he gulped it down. Turning her back, she headed to the couch where today was her turn to sleep. But she felt his hold around her wrist. Her whole body was filled with goosebumps and heartbeats were accelerating. It was a rare occasion in 6 months of marriage that he touched her, but whenever he did, it was magical. You need something? She looked back at him hesitantly, then the hand. He shook his head with a losing grip of his hand and passed her a small shopper of Cartier. For you. Did he remember my birthday? She was in a huge shock but didn't raise her hopes as well. She took the bag and opened the box. It was a small, beautiful necklace as per her taste. It's so beautiful. Her fingers kissed it, eyes were shining, and lips broke into a beautiful smile. Happy birthday. She had the most happiest smile on her face. It was the first time of her 20 years life that someone gifted her something on her birthday. Someone was happy that she was born. Thank you so much. He stood up and ruffled her hair gently before moving to the washroom. Her innocence, her adorance, her baby features always melt him. This was never his type. He loved bold girls like his Natasha, but she was exception. She touched her hair where his fingers were present a few seconds ago, and a shy smile came across her lips. She looked at the necklace and immediately wore it. The gift was now closest to her heart. She lay on the couch with not leaving smile and held her necklace, but suddenly closed her eyes tightly when Taeyang came back. A smile broke into his lips as his eyes caught her. She is such a baby. Kim family arranged a small birthday party for their daughter-in-law. Tanya, Taeyang's sister, got Ryan ready, but Ryan was not satisfied with the dress. My god, Ryan, you're looking gorgeous. Isn't the dress too revealing? It's not, I swear. Being introverted, Ryan went silent and the room door opened. Taeyang's eyes stuck to her that she had to bite her lower lip to hide her shyness. My bro is speechless. Her words broke the gaze of Taeyang. He looked away in embarrassment, and Tanya also gave them privacy. Ryan pulled down her dress from her thigh, feeling uncomfortable, which Taeyang noticed. Are you uncomfortable in it? Change into something comfortable then. But Tanya gifted this to me. I'll talk to her, you change, then we will go downstairs. She followed his order and changed the dress of her preference, yet still looked gorgeous. Both of them walked out of the room when Taeyang extended his hand to her. Everyone is here, so we have to pretend. She ignored his hand and descended the staircase. She was tired of pretending, and it was obvious in her action. Taeyang followed her with a fake smile as nothing happened. The party went well. Vine enjoyed her birthday with her loving family, but some people spoiled her mood. They looked down on her that it made her eyes glossy. Would you like to dance with me? It was Jimin, her husband's best friend, and he treated her like a sister. I don't know how to dance. Just follow my lead, beautiful. He extended his hand and she placed her hand on it. Taeyang poked his tongue inside his cheek. His wife rejected him an hour ago. Now she was going to the dance floor with his best friends. Don't you have a beautiful friend like you? Why? She was trying to follow his lead without embarrassing herself. Your brother is still single. You should think about me. A big smile approached her lips and it made her husband somehow curious. Why am I feeling this way? He loosened his tie a bit when he felt a hand on his shoulder. It was Ava, his secretary, who had a friendly bond with Taeyang as well. Wanna dance? Yeah, but with my wife. Walking to the dance floor, he took Vine's hand from Jimin. She was too shocked and felt he was decreasing the distance between them. Are you ignoring me? No. She rested her palm over his chest to create a proper distance, or else he could hear her fast heartbeats. Stop lying. Don't scold me today at least. I'm a birthday girl. He went silent, seeing her adorable face. Unknowingly, he was smiling and secured her figure in his arms more firmly. Her heartbeats were running a marathon and something was happening with Taeyang as well. Vine was working with Tanya. She learned so many things about AI and coding from her to start some work. It was Taeyang's idea which she was unaware about. Soon her phone buzzed and she attended the call. Help. There is a blue file in my side drawer. Can you please come with it in my office? Okay. She excused herself. Coming to the bedroom, Vine searched the file when her gaze fell on herself. I can't go there like this. She immediately changed her clothes with a minimal makeup. She wanted to look presentable and already wasted more than 20 minutes. Driver dropped her at the Kim's Industries. She took the elevator and went to his office. It was her third time coming to his office, and every time her experience was bad. First, his worker insulted her. Second time, he himself insulted her for bringing food for him. And now, let's see. She knocked the door lightly, but there was no response, so she hesitantly opened the door. Her breath stopped for some time, seeing the scenario. Ava was sitting on Taeyang's lap. Shit. Vine, listen to me. She immediately came out and didn't know where she was walking with teary eyes. Taeyang was yelling at her to stop, but she ignored him. It was a misunderstanding, Vine. He tried to hold her, but it was too late. Her feet twisted and she fell on the stairs. How is she, doctor? Don't worry, Mr. Kim. She's fine now and will gain consciousness soon. Finally, he took a breath of relaxation. His soaked tear to his fresh tears were evidence how much he cried for her. He was in the same pedestal like he was 2 years ago, but now it was his second wife. He didn't want to lose her at any cost. Wiping his tears, he walked inside the room. She was laying on the bed unconscious and sat beside her. You literally took my life. He held her hand before kissing it gently and rested on his cheek. You are so stubborn. You should have listened to me. Again tears fell from his eyes. No one could understand what he was feeling, what fear he went through this hour, and what realization he got. I won't be survived if something happened to you. His fingers kissed her hair and placed her hand on the mattress. Soon the Kim family came and Taeyang told them everything except the part what Vine saw. He wanted to clear the misunderstanding with his wife as soon as possible. It's time to accept, Taeyang, that you are in love with her. I'm going, Mom, until please take care of her. Mrs. Kim nodded. She knew where her son was going and it was needed. 1996 to 2022 was written on the grave of Natasha, a girl who rules Taeyang's heart, and now he was looking at it like a soulless person. Every memory of 5 years with her was playing in his mind like a movie, a beautiful time of his life, but stuck on the day she took a promise from him. Give me a promise, Tay. What kind of promise, love? Both of them were laying on the bed and each other's arm. Life never stops, even you lose someone who is the reason of your heartbeats. Taeyang pressed his finger on her lips. He knew where the conversation was going, and his body, his soul was shaking by the thought of it. I don't want to listen anything. You can't run away from the reality. Tears filled their eyes. They knew the time was running from their hands, and she was going far away from him. Her health condition was getting worse now. Please find someone when I won't be here with you. You are not going anywhere. He hugged her tightly as someone will took her away from him. She could hear his loud sobs, but the talk was needed. Please don't waste your life thinking about me, Tay, and live a happy life for me. Live the life you deserve. Miracle do happens, love. I know we have born till our old life. But we are unlucky. Our beautiful journey has such a short time. She burst into tears as well. She loved him so much, but not more than him. He was deeply into her, only her, that it made her worried about his future. Please promise me, Taeyang, you won't spoil your life because of me. I don't want to listen any. Find a beautiful girl, loved her endlessly, and move on. He was shaking his head helplessly. He knew in this condition she is still thinking about him and his better future. She loved him unconditionally, and it was proved. Please promise me. I can't. People say we should fulfill the last wish of the dying people. Taeyang's heart was not just crushed, but squeezed in a dangerous pain. His love was going far away from where no one comes back. Please, I promise. I love you, love. I love you the most, but I don't know how I fell for her too. He shared everything with her first, and there he was, crying in front of her like a helpless man. I don't know when she became an important part of my life. She rules my damn heart, the same heart you are in, and will always be, but unknowingly she made her space as well. He rested his head on her graveyard as she was embracing him. But I promise you will never be replaced, never in my whole life. You will always be in my heart, in my memories, and in my soul. You will always be the first girl whom I lost my heart. He promised. He indeed loved Wayne, but Natasha won't be forgotten. She was his everything, and the same was going with Wayne. He will treat her, love her, cherish her like a wife, but without forgetting his first love. I love you, Natasha, and will always be. Wayne was in Taeyang's thoughts and had already made different stories in her mind. He doesn't even care about me. She wiped her tears with the sound of door click. Taeyang entered the room, but she avoided him. She was angry and hurt not finding him beside her when she opened her eyes at the hospital. She shifted away when Taeyang sat beside her and his hand held her hand, but she jerked it. It made Taeyang realize she was damn furious. How are you feeling now? I don't want to see. He shushed her with his fingers on her lips. Wayne, listen. You are so bad, Taeyang. I know this marriage is nothing to you, but at least... Again her words cut, but not with his finger, this time, but lips. She was shocked as her body, mind went numb. He was kissing her gently, but it broke in a few seconds. You talk too much. It was another shock once again. The nickname for her was so intimidating in his deep voice that she forgot everything. I slipped and accidentally fell on me. That moment you just came inside and took everything wrong. I didn't cheat and would never. She was speechless as she already made so many theories in her little brain. And you are wrong. I never disrespect this marriage or you, but now I want to work on it. Work on us. He took her face in his hand and kissed her cheek while her big eyes were looking at him in amazement. I know it's surprising for you, but I love you, Ryan. I fell for you harder. Her whole world stopped. She was not ready for it, but it was definitely a dream come true. I was a coward when I said that I didn't love you, but I did. Now, would you like to give me a chance to prove my words? She nodded with moistened eyes. His honesty, his genuineness was evident in his eyes, his words and emotions. Not waiting further, he again captured her lips and poured his emotions into it. With her not so much experience, she answered his lovable kiss too. The start of their relationship must be bitter, but her innocence and selfless charm turned into a sweet melody. She made her own place in his heart without replacing his first love.